Okay, so looking at the blog, one of the first tasks listed is use network teaming or bonding to configure aggregated network links between two RedHat Enterprise Linux systems. Network teaming, the concepts of network teaming or bonding are just utilizing two network interfaces to provide more bandwidth to a system or higher availability, or both. Bonding and teaming are slightly different. They just use different constructs. Teaming's been added in RedHat Enterprise Linux 7. It provides an API interface to allow programmers and developers and system administrators to automate the configuration a little more DevOps-ish, I guess you could say. So let's start up with the two VMs that we created. We'll cover both topics because they're related and they're both pretty simple to accomplish. So the first thing you need to do is start up the network monitoring configuration interface. The command is nmtui m2e. Go to edit a connection. You want to delete these adapters. So if you're not following along on a VM, you'll want to have a third dedicated adapter or a monitor connected to your system so you won't be disconnected. You want to note the names of your connections. Looks like there is an issue on the second VM that we cloned. It doesn't look like it will present every issue, but you'll definitely want to note that the device names are ENP0S3 and ENP0S8, or if they're different on your system, you want to note those as well. Those are the names of the actual network interfaces. Okay. So now I'll add an Ethernet interface. We'll call it bond 0. The device can be called bond 0 as well. Oh no. I skipped that. We'll add an interface. Not Ethernet, it will be a bond interface. We'll call it bond 0. Call the device bond 0. And then we'll add additional Ethernet interfaces. You'll see I gave the profile name. I just named it the device-bond 0. And the device is the most important part. It is ENP0S3. Then we'll add another interface. This time it'll be ENP0S8, bond 0, and then the adapter's name, of course, is ENP-S8. We can give it a static IP address if we like. It makes things a little easier. Let me switch back to the other VM so you'll have a better idea of what I'm doing. But you won't have a better idea of what I'm doing because of my lack of planning and not showing you what the IP addresses were prior. This menu leaves a little something to be desired. But essentially we set a static IP address of 10.0.2.32/24. If you don't put the subnet mask, it will assume /32, and it'll make it hard for you to communicate with the other hosts on the network. Maybe I can get the network information I was looking for in the network preferences. Yeah, so I'm just assigning, basically I just assigned an IP address that's in this subnet. It's 10.0.2/32 because it's the second host, and I'm just using we'll just use .31 and .32. .31 for the first host, .32 for the second host. I added the gateway, which is 10.0.21. I also added the DNS server, which is also 10.0.2.1. And basically just the rest of the default settings. And then you can select quit, and then you can do sudo systemctl restart network. Enter your password, and then we'll just switch to root. And there you'll see the fifth link called bond 0 with an IP address of 10.0.2.32/24. So let's go back to the first the CentOS 7-1 VM. Edit connections to add, select bond, call it bond 0, add some interfaces. We'll call these ENP0S3-10 and ENP0S3. Click OK, add another interface, ENP0S8, ENP0S8-10, and ENP0S8 for the device name. The default settings are fine. And now we'll add another IP address to this called 10.0.2.32/24. 10.0.31/24. The gateway will again be 10.0.2.1. The DNS server will be 10.0.2.1. Forgot the 2. And then click OK. Quit. Sudo su. System ctl restart network. IP address to show. Ping 10.0.2.32. Yeah, this is a strange problem I've been seeing. Let's restart these VMs. Okay, so after restarting, you can see that they can both ping each other. If you want to make sure that the bond interface is up, there's you can do some testing. Just install TCP dump. And do a TCP dump -I and use the interface that's being used to create the bond. You can see packets arriving in that interface. Change the interface to S8, and you'll also see packets arriving on that interface. From our ping request, our ICMP ping request. So that shows that the bond interfaces are working. Now, I'll show you how to do the team interface. It's very similar. Just start up Network Manager TUI, delete the bond interface, add team 0, team 0. I don't know why we need to make anything more complex than that. Add some slaves, Ethernet, ENP0S3-team0, P0S3, the device name. Hit OK. We'll set a manual configuration, much like we did for the bond interface. We'll set the IP address to 10.0.2.31/24, 10.0.2.1, 10.0.2.1, probably messed that up. Okay, click OK. Select quit. System, CTL, restart network. sure why that didn't work. Let's try this. Network. Delete. Team. EMP0S8 team 0 EMP-S8. .0.2.32/24 10.0.2.1 10.0.2.1 Okay. System CTL start network. Let's restart that. Let's go back to our other VM. I want to double check something in network manager. And network manager. I only put one. Okay, that looks good. Add Ethernet. EMP0S8-team0 As you can see, it looks like the network restarted. We'll see if we can ping the other interface. We can ping the other interface. So, the reason why it may not restart, there may be an issue with conflicting some type of ARP cache or MAC address conflict. I'm not really sure how the VirtualBox network operates, but as you can see, it's working. You can SSH. Let's do some more testing. Okay, we'll just create a test file and transfer it to the other system, just so we believe that I made a typo. Okay, now that we've gotten the file, you can believe me that it works. Let's actually get it this time. Okay. Just to show you, I didn't transfer it to myself. As you can see, the second system has the .32 IP address, and the first system has the .31 IP address. And that wraps it up. That shows you how to configure both network bonding and network teaming in RedHat Enterprise Linux 7. I hope you appreciated this video, and please feel free to comment or post to my blog and let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. Thanks. Take care.